One day a guest speaker in your room responds to a student's comment with, "I'm not homophobic. In fact, I have a lot of gay friends, but I do think young kids should not be exposed to homosexuality. Not that there's anything wrong with it." You notice some of your students cringe in their seats as they hear this. How do you respond? This is an everyday situation that causes a lot of questions to start draining the minds of adults trying to find a correct answer. Our students too, are being raised in a world where they are asking some of the very same questions. Our LGBT students, lesbian, gay, bi, transgendered students, look to teachers as role models, and thus it is important to understand proper language around LGBT students, know how to correctly stop bad behavior, and know how to discourage students from cyberbullying. The language we use creates a resonance with our students and also develops mutual respect with a tone of fairness. It's important to avoid using sexual preference and homosexual, as these are now dated terms that focus on sex rather than love and relationships. As the gender-bred person from itspronouncedmetrosexual.com points out, orientation refers to one's sexual and romantic attraction. It is a matter of the heart. It does not equal action. One does not need to have a sexual experience to know their own orientation. Gender identity refers to someone's internal sense of being male, female, or somewhere in between. It is a matter of the mind. It also does not always correspond with someone's biological makeup. Gender expression relates to how a person chooses to communicate their gender identity to others through clothing, hair, styles, mannerisms, etc. Gender expression may be conscious or subconscious. It may also be expressed as masculine, feminine, or a combination of both. Moving on to the second point, how to properly stop bad behavior. When students feel unsafe at school, they are also unable to learn. Hence, it is very important for teachers and staff of a school to stop such behavior. When managing harassment, always do the following. Deal with the situation immediately. Confirm that the particular type of abuse is hurtful and harmful and will not be tolerated. And value everyone's feelings by listening carefully. Take those involved aside and discuss the incident privately. Impose consequences consistent with school and classroom policy. And finally, use it as a teachable moment if appropriate, so all students can learn what is acceptable. With harassment, a teacher should never let harassment pass unchallenged, overreact with a put down of the offender, impose consequences before finding out exactly what happened from all involved, embarrass either party publicly, and finally, a teacher should never assume the incident is isolated. A helpful hint is that casual comments can have unintended consequences. While young people may use phrases as "that's so gay" or "faggot" in moments where they are not meant to be destructive, other students may receive that message with offense. Regardless of intent, an adult stepping in makes the world of difference. And finally, cyberbullying. According to Pew Research, 32% of all teenagers who use the internet and smartphones say they have been targets of some form of cyberbullying. According to Carolyn Evans and Mimi Chapman, LGBT youth endure the most bullying through high-tech harassment, as it is fertile ground for anti-gay rumors, messages, and threats. So now what can you as a teacher do to prevent these things from happening? As technology becomes immersed in our students' worlds and in their education, it becomes the teacher's responsibility to teach good digital citizenship. Pointing out these items to your students can aid in that and help prevent cyberbullying. Or to keep it simple, a teacher can post this poster in their room, an adage off of the old idea, think before you speak, think before you tweet, post, snap, etc. So remember, as a teacher, you can make our LGBT students feel safe and welcome by understand proper language around LGBT students, know how to correctly stop bad behavior, and know how to discourage students from cyberbullying.